Everyone, greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. The Dallas Mavericks, they come in off the loss, and that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters, and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
Now here's James. After the miss from Andre Drummond. Boucher's shot is off. George with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. A wide open look here for Anthony. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. And long-range shooting a strength for both of these teams, Brent. What was the best shooting team you ever were a part of?
Kevin, I have to look up the numbers because I might be wrong in terms of percentage, but the feel that I get was a team that I played for in Seattle. It had Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis, Luke Ridenour, who was a young player at that time. But that Seattle team had a lot of guys who could gun it up there and look for that three ball. That was a great shooting team.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Horford in the post. In the corner, Drummond with it. Shot clock at 5. Horford high post. Over Bertone. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Pass to James. Back to Ball. To the inside. And finished off by LeBron.
You see right there, that is why everybody is still very high on Lonzo Ball. Has a sixth sense for when to dish it.
White drives in. Lays it up off the glass.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Now when Lonzo Ball entered the league in 2017, Greg, there were major questions about his shooting. And he struggled, of course, during his rookie year.
Yeah, and shooting 30% from deep and under 50% at the line. But credit to Lonzo. He's put major work into his stroke, getting that free throw percentage to over 75% during his fourth year in the league. And his three-point numbers, they've also improved greatly.
Such great vision from Lonzo, and the best in the league always know they have options.
Good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor. No matter what's going on around, he's still going to be a gamer.
Here's Ball. He has 5. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Tyronn Lue for just a minute. He wants his guys to be disruptive at both ends. Just one problem. Coach said Al Horford does a great job of settling down his teammates, protecting the ball, and making shrewd decisions. When he's on the floor, it's harder to force them into mistakes. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And with Kobe White, you hate to see him settle. He's best when going at... The defense wins if he takes that mid-range jumper. And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And that one's good, George.
That consistency from Paul George is staggering. Not a guy you can give looks like that to.
Here's Ball. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Ball's got 7 points. And Greg, with Kobe White, he's a solid shooter, but teams have keyed in on him.
I just want to see him more in attack mode. He's a solid finisher when he gets in there, and it could take his game to the next level.
6 to shoot. And George with the stuff.
Well, once Paul George gets in that deep, get out of the way. He's coming right at you.
Here's LeBron.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
And they get it back. Outside, Horford. Right side, White. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Showing off those long strides. Really tough to keep Paul George off of his straight line when he's on the bounce.
Here's Whiteside. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
James with it. He's picked up by Drummond. James, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And they take it. The lead. He's got 10.
This is what you expect. Paul George can get it going from the perimeter like that.
And James throws it down hard.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Here's George. No good that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now into the lineup for Dallas.
And here are the Clippers now. Here's Beverly. Here he goes. And he makes that one.
He's attacking right now. Patrick Beverly just getting fired up. And his team is doing the same.
Pass to Fall. Gordon with it. He's covered by Ball. Some nice passing here by Dallas. 5 on the clock. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball.
Second personal
That's foul number 2 for him.
4th team foul.
Now, here's Maxey. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Anthony looking it over. In the corner, it's Gordon. Anthony down low. Some solid defense from Aldridge.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's an aggressive defense.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, still the advantage on a nightly basis for Josh Jackson is going to be about his athleticism.
Los Angeles, Josh
Jackson hits both of them. Mavericks trail by 3. Anthony down low. Pass to Stewart. And here is Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo showing that he's still got it down there. Gets enough space to get up and get to the rim.
Powered down as the whistle blows. A 3-point play chance.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Anthony right side. Over Jackson.
I can see Josh Jackson just take a lot of pride on the defensive end of the court. He can make a lot of things happen down there.
The offense coming free and easy as we...
Get ready for the Dip Squad!
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
Another part of the game tonight where they've been effective is to get points in the paint.
And we're seeing players, Brett, rise from deeper than ever before. You were a pretty good shooter. What was your maximum range?
Wow, Kevin, that's a great question. I wasn't allowed to shoot where it is that I could shoot from, so we won't get into that. But, yeah, guys are coming into the league more equipped, and it's because they're seeing that happen with players like Steph Curry, players like Trae Young, who are making that shot more and more effective, Damian Lillard, and now they're practicing those shots, and they're more efficient with them. So there's a reason why guys like the deep ball, and it's getting deeper.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony.
Personal foul.
That is his first foul of the game. Taken away by Anthony.
That's their first of the game, though, so sharp passing has helped them to craft this lead.
And here's Gordon from outside. Here's Fall. Poke loose. Tries yet again. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
He's become a defensive anchor here for this team over the past couple seasons. Great timing on the block there.
3 on 3. Here's Boucher. And the dunk by Boucher.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
First personal foul.
And there's the foul. It's on Chris Boucher. That is his first foul of the game. Stewart in the corner. Pass to Maxey. Just 5 on the clock. Hits it from three-point range. Maxey's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. The drive-by ball. Anthony with the block.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
Mavericks trailed by 7. Here's Maxey. And stolen by Aldridge. So timeout called here. The first for Los Angeles.
Get ready for the Dip Squad!
And Mavericks will go for a different look here. LeBron James on the wing. 8 points for him. O'Neal from long range. And Horford will bring it up for Dallas. 7-point differential. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
White, good.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Whiteside. And easy 2 points on the layup. Whiteside's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Stolen by O'Neal. Got a piece of it. Paul George with the steal. Pass break, Dallas. Here's Horford. And finished off by Horford.
Running the floor correctly is a true art of the game. Horford does it beautifully there in transition and gets a high percentage look as a result. The running big.
Pass to Beverly. A 3 ball. It's rebounded by Dallas.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. If you look at the leaders in rebounding, it's almost a sure thing that Drummond's name is going to be near the top of that list. That's the kind of impact on the boards he's made over his career.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has taken some heat in recent years. He says people get so caught up in what other folks think. I'm Paul George. I don't care to be anybody else. I am who I am. You love it or you don't. Simple as that. Guys, when he's playing on the floor, he has answered all of his critics.
He is certainly playing at an elite level. DA, thank you. And Greg, when it comes to players who've led the league in rebounding, very few have done it as many times as Drummond.
And of the guys that have done it more than twice, like Andre, I've got some good news for him. Every one of them is either in the Hall of Fame or soon will be.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Patrick Williams. Mavericks timeout call. Get ready for the Death Squad.
Spins. Out to the right wing. O'Neal from long range.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The Mavericks trailer. And there is the whistle. It goes on Kobe White. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Poked away. Paul George with the steal.
Okay. Just Paul George showing how dominant he can be as a two-way player.
The drive by James. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Al Horford.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Driving to the basket.
As soon as Whiteside positions himself, he just spikes that one away. It's like he's playing beach volleyball.
And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Horford goes in. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
I just feel like Patrick Beverley has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Paul George.
And that one's good, George.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
James in the post. He's got 10. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Left side, George. Inside. Back to Drummond. And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Isaiah Stewart. Eric Gordon. Tyrese Maxey. Los Angeles calls timeout. Into the lineup for Los Angeles.
36 seconds left in the first half. To the paint. And stolen by Whiteside. Down low. On the jam by Whiteside.
Well, this is why Whiteside has a high percentage in terms of his field goals. Creates a job inside that he can get done.
Now, here's Maxey. Pass to Fall. To the middle. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. This is his first chance at the line tonight. No good on that
The line for the Mavericks.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
3 seconds left. He lays it in.
Jackson with the bucket.
Jackson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
He's just an aggressive player. I mean,
And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Right back after this break. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Now, here's Whiteside. It's slammed in by Whiteside.
well, Whiteside always around the rim. Such an amazing offensive rebounder, and second chance opportunities is where he does a ton of damage.
Maxey, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to Whiteside. Back to Ball. Pulls from the top of the key. The shot's good. Ball's got 11.
Great read, great vision, great awareness from Lonzo Ball.
What's a T-shirt? Get ready for the Gear Squad!
Mavericks trailed by 14. Outside, White. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Here's Drummond. Up and in on the way.
Few players better in the key or take up more room than Andre Drummond does.
Los Angeles leading by 12.
And for old school centers like Andre Drummond, the modern NBA posing some challenges. He's not quite the floor spacer.
Well, he's not, but still on the defensive end, I think, PA, if you have a guy that kind of size and that kind of athleticism against certain teams that play another compact big, he becomes a guy to clog up the lane, block shots, and still be a deterrent on the inside.
Pass to Drummond. Outside, Horford. And a miss there on the triple.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Back to Ball. Drives to the hoop. And it's sent back by Horford.
A level of engagement that Horford brings on the defensive end every night is impressive. Terrific block there.
You're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Picked by Horford. And a dunk by Horford.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Whiteside tries again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Andre Drummond picks one up.
Well, it's almost as if Whiteside had a watch on and showed patience, waiting for the defense to come down and draw the foul.
Timeout for the Clippers. Get ready for the Gear Squad!
And so he makes both from the line.
You think about Hassan Whiteside's road to where he is now, a second-round pick. Spent some time in the D-League, now the G-League. And it's great to see him turn his career around. You just wonder how hungry is he to maximize his talent in the years to come.
O'Neal misses. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Dallas. They trail by 16.
Al Horford.
And the dunk by Horford.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
The drive by James. And it's sent back by Drummond. Anthony down low. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Clippers leading by 14. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. James misses. Deflects the pass. Stolen by O'Neal. And finished off by LeBron.
And another huge night from LeBron James. He's been doing it since 2003.
And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul.
Personal foul.
And that'll be his third foul so far.
Now into the lineup for your Clippers.
Here's Anthony. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And they'll keep possession. And he gets it back. Here's Anthony. Back to Drummond. Out to Anthony. But Trey. Gallus again missing. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
The drive-by ball.
Well, Drummond going after that one. Sometimes shot blockers wait. Other times they attack it, and Andre did it that time.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Clippers leading by 16. And it's ball penetrating. And it's sent back by George. White with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Right side, George. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shot. Many times you don't like that shot selection, but sometimes when you're just feeling it in transition and no one's on you, great shot there.
Outside, George. George double team. Here's Anthony. Bertans grabs the board. Here now the Clippers. They're on a 15-6 run. Back to O'Neal. From outside, off the mark. Mavericks trailed by 19. And an area that's often underappreciated for Horford, he's a fantastic passer.
Nothing flashy. Great vision in the post or at the top of the key. And he just keeps it moving and finds the open man.
At the line for the Mavericks.
That's a time where coaches are telling you wrap up the offensive player. Hard to do with Carmelo Anthony. So strong when going to the rim.
Now, here's Ball. He's got 11. Here's James. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 16 points for LeBron.
Just powering to his shot that time. LeBron being assertive.
To the inside. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Pass to Beverly. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with the high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Count that bucket. James has got 6 here in this quarter.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Three-pointer. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution for
Pass to LeBron.
Patrick Williams.
Mavericks with the rebound. On the wing, Gordon. And so it's Los Angeles controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. And they're winning the turnover battle very... And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And it's Anthony with the ball for Dallas. Here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
And we all know what George brings. Offensively, but it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
Get ready for the dance squad.
And both free throws good for Paul George. And with Paul George and his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
Anthony can't hit.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success. Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second three of the game. One in each half.
To the paint. Here's Horford. And the dunk by Horford.
Pretty strong and physical that time from Al Horford on the inside.
On the wing, Jackson. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Boucher. And the dunk by Boucher.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
2021 was an unusual season, to say the least, for players, coaches. Brett, there was a lot to adapt to. How do you think you would have handled the condensed schedule?
It's a good question, Kevin. I think just obviously you'd have work to do, and I'd show up every day to do it. And I commend a lot of the players, not just in terms of the level of competition. It was all the other things that they had to do in order to suit up on a nightly basis, not playing in front of crowds. I mean, that is a love of the game type of season that, of course, I hope we never see again because of the circumstances around it. But the players do deserve a lot of credit. And the fans that hung in there and started to show up towards the end of the year to support the players deserve a lot of credit as well. And I'm glad we're through that.
And it goes down 2 points. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
Melo operating in the mid-range. He does such a great job of finding open areas out there where he knows he can dominate.
Here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
And for
third team foul.
Paul George was that guy. But boy, I tell you, he's been a good sidekick the last few years.
Well, he's been amazing and continues to be a little bit undervalued in the way that people assume Paul George's offensive and defensive game as a collective and the way it impacts winning, especially playing alongside Kawhi Leonard. Didn't have to take as much of the offensive load if he didn't want to. But Paul George still gets it done.
And George drops them both.
Deep level of respect, and you have to applaud some of what Paul George has shown in terms of his resiliency in his career. Share of injuries, challenges on the court. He always seems to be a guy who bounces back better than ever.
Mavericks trailed by 17. It's White on the wing. Anthony in the corner. Outside, George. Driving in. And he converts the layup.
Paul George.
George has got 6 in the quarter.
Love to see PG getting into that zone, committed to find the points.
James in the post. Over George. Aldridge wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Clippers missing. White looking around. And stolen by James. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And make some noise for T-shirt time!
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jason Kidd went over with his team. And he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive. And you've got to battle to get back in this game. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
All right, David, thanks.
Just effortless as LeBron racks up another easy dunk.
And here's Anthony from the arc. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And here's George for 3. The offensive rebound. Six on the shot clock. Out to White. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Second shot opportunity. Dallas again missing.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Down low. Aldridge. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket. Well, Greg, for those of us who have never played in the league, what's it like traveling all over the country over the course of a long regular season?
Come on, Kevin. I bet you had a nice J back in the day. But seriously, it's a whirlwind tour, man. Sometimes you don't even know what city you wake up in. I can tell you there have been many times where I've gone back to the front desk complaining because my key didn't work, and only to find out I was using the wrong key.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
And a dunk by Horford.
Paul George doesn't just score. He can pass it as well. Great all-around player.
2 minutes.
The kick out to Ball. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Aldridge. Again, the Clippers.
You know, maybe save that fadeaway move for when he really needs it.
The 3 from George. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
He's got such a great handle and then can get up to speed quickly. Lonzo Ball with a nice drive.
That's good from Ball.
Lonzo.
Ball hits them both. And so Horford will bring it up for the Mavericks. Here's White. Misses the 3. And it's the Clippers ball. This run now up to 13-2.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Los Angeles.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Lonzo Ball.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
There's Ball with the 3. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. Aldridge, good.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
There's 31 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Horford in the post. Horford double team. Pass to Drummond. Just 3 to shoot. Stolen by O'Neal. Here's James. It's hauled in by George. Right side Horford. Back to George. Over Ball. Can't get it to fall.
Well, he can guard multiple positions, and Lonzo Ball's versatility helping out on that possession.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team. But